Many people over the age of 60 wake up each morning with a quiet fear that their memory is slipping away, noticing moments when a familiar name escapes them or a simple task takes longer than it once did. While some accept this decline as a normal part of aging, researchers warn that small daily choices can dramatically change the trajectory of cognitive health. The mind does not simply shut down after a certain birthday, and in fact it can be trained, strengthened, and supported with surprisingly simple habits. Imagine starting the day with a practice so small it barely interrupts the routine, yet powerful enough to reawaken mental sharpness and clarity. This is not about complicated programs, expensive supplements, or drastic changes, but about one specific action done each morning that can send fresh energy to the brain, sharpen focus, and keep memory resilient. Scientists have been uncovering how this habit influences the brain at a cellular level, and older adults who commit to it report remarkable improvements in recall, concentration, and overall mental agility. It is a reminder that aging is not only about loss, but also about discovering the hidden levers of renewal and resilience that lie in everyday choices. The human brain is often compared to a muscle, and just like any muscle it responds to regular use and proper care. After the age of 60, many people assume that decline is inevitable, yet studies show that consistent routines and specific morning habits can play a crucial role in preserving mental clarity. The early hours of the day are especially powerful because the brain is fresh from rest and more receptive to positive stimulation. By dedicating just a few minutes in the morning to a focused activity, older adults can prime their minds for better memory, improved concentration, and sharper decision-making throughout the day. This daily ritual is not about drastic effort but about small deliberate choices that compound over time to protect and strengthen cognitive function. Instead of letting age dictate the pace of memory loss, individuals can take back control with a simple step that fits seamlessly into their mornings and creates long-lasting benefits for brain health. As people grow older, the brain naturally undergoes a series of changes that can affect memory and overall cognitive performance. Neurons begin to communicate less efficiently, and some areas of the brain that handle memory and learning show gradual shrinkage. The production of neurotransmitters, the chemical messengers that help cells transmit information, also tends to decline, which can slow down thinking and recall. At the same time, blood flow to the brain often decreases with age, limiting the delivery of oxygen and nutrients essential for mental sharpness. Lifestyle factors play a role as well, since years of stress, poor sleep, and unhealthy eating can accelerate these processes. Even medical conditions such as high blood pressure, diabetes, or heart disease can contribute to damage that weakens memory over time. While occasional forgetfulness is normal, the combination of structural brain changes and external influences explains why many older adults experience more frequent lapses. Understanding these underlying causes highlights why memory decline is not simply a matter of aging but also a reflection of how the brain has been cared for across decades. Each morning can become a powerful opportunity to strengthen the brain and protect memory when the right practice is added to the routine. Researchers have found that combining light movement with mindful breathing stimulates blood circulation, increases oxygen supply to the brain, and activates neural pathways linked to focus and recall. A simple routine of stretching, slow walking, or gentle yoga poses performed right after waking helps to wake up the body and sharpen mental clarity. When this is paired with focused breathing or a short mindfulness exercise, it lowers stress hormones that often interfere with memory formation. Another effective component is mental stimulation, such as reading a page from a book, writing a few sentences in a journal, or doing a quick memory game on paper. These activities challenge the brain to retrieve and organize information, reinforcing cognitive flexibility. When practiced consistently, this morning ritual not only energizes the day but also trains the brain to stay adaptable and resilient, creating long-term benefits for memory, especially after the age of 60. Scientific research has shown that the brain remains adaptable and capable of growth well into later life, a concept known as neuroplasticity. Studies have demonstrated that certain morning routines combining physical activity, breathing exercises, and mental challenges significantly improve memory retention and cognitive speed. Physical movement stimulates the release of brain-derived neurotrophic factor, a protein that supports the growth and survival of neurons, essentially feeding the brain what it needs to stay sharp. Controlled breathing practices reduce cortisol levels, which is critical because high-stress hormones are directly linked to impaired memory and reduced focus. Mental stimulation in the form of reading, problem-solving, or recall tasks has been found to strengthen synaptic connections and even promote the creation of new ones, helping older adults slow cognitive decline. Clinical trials suggest that those who engage in these combined habits show better performance in short-term and long-term memory tests compared to those who rely solely on diet or supplements. Neuroscientists emphasize that consistency is the key, as daily repetition reinforces the neural circuits that sustain attention, recall, and learning. This evidence highlights that small intentional actions taken in the first moments of the day can translate into measurable improvements in brain health and memory resilience over time. Many individuals over the age of 60 have shared their personal stories about adopting simple morning practices and the noticeable difference these changes brought to their memory and overall mental clarity. Some describe how just a few minutes of gentle stretching and focused breathing helped them feel more alert throughout the day, making it easier to recall names, tasks, and even conversations. Others explain that combining light movement with a short reading session or recalling details from a previous day's activity gave them a sense of renewed sharpness, as if their brain was waking up along with their body. One retiree spoke of the surprising improvement in remembering appointments after starting each morning with mindful journaling, while another mentioned how practicing crossword puzzles right after breakfast significantly reduced the forgetfulness that once frustrated daily life. These experiences are not isolated. Many have reported increased confidence and reduced anxiety about age-related memory decline, noticing that these morning rituals provided not only cognitive benefits but also emotional reassurance. For some, it became a way of reclaiming independence, allowing them to engage more actively in hobbies, social interactions, and family life without the constant worry of forgetting important details. These stories reflect how accessible and powerful small consistent actions can be, showing that memory support is not reserved for medical treatments but can be cultivated naturally through everyday routines that anyone can adopt. For those seeking safer alternatives and wondering how to begin, the focus lies on incorporating habits that are both simple and sustainable. Instead of turning immediately to supplements or quick-fix solutions, the emphasis should be placed on natural strategies that gently stimulate the brain each morning. One effective method is starting the day with a short period of mindfulness or deep breathing, which helps reduce stress and primes the mind for sharper focus. Pairing this with light physical activity such as stretching or a brief walk improves circulation, delivering oxygen and nutrients to the brain. Another safe and practical alternative is engaging the mind with small challenges early in the day, such as reading a page from a book, recalling details from a recent event, or doing a puzzle. Nutrition also plays an essential role, so replacing sugary or heavily processed breakfasts with protein-rich meals, fresh fruits, or whole grains provides steady energy to support concentration and memory retention. Beginning these practices does not require drastic lifestyle changes. Starting with just 5 minutes each morning and gradually building up can make the routine easy to adopt and maintain. Over time, these small steps create a foundation of mental resilience, helping the brain stay active and agile without risk of side effects. The key is consistency, treating these habits as a daily ritual that strengthens memory just as exercise strengthens the body. By choosing these safer, natural methods and slowly weaving them into everyday life, anyone over 60 can create a path toward better cognitive health and a greater sense of control over their memory. Beyond a morning practice, there are additional habits that play a vital role in preserving memory and protecting the brain from decline. Sleep is one of the most critical yet often overlooked factors, as quality rest allows the brain to consolidate information, repair itself, and clear away toxins that build up during the day. Without enough restorative sleep, even the sharpest minds begin to struggle with focus and recall. Another powerful habit is staying socially engaged. Conversations with friends, family, or community groups challenge the brain to process information quickly, respond thoughtfully, and remember details, all of which strengthen cognitive pathways. Regular physical activity is also a cornerstone of brain health, since movement not only supports cardiovascular function but also encourages the growth of new brain cells through the release of beneficial proteins. Nutrition continues to be essential, with diets rich in omega-3 fatty acids, leafy greens, berries, and whole grains showing strong links to improved memory and slower cognitive decline. Hydration is equally important, as even mild dehydration can impair attention and memory processing. Learning new skills provides another layer of protection, whether it is picking up a musical instrument, trying a new language, or exploring a hobby that challenges the mind in fresh ways. These activities encourage neuroplasticity, the brain's ability to adapt and form new connections. Limiting excessive alcohol intake, avoiding smoking, and managing stress are equally valuable, since each of these factors has been shown to accelerate brain aging. Together, these habits form a lifestyle that nurtures the brain from multiple angles, ensuring that memory remains sharper and more reliable well into later years. As the video draws to a close, the message becomes clear that memory decline is not an unavoidable fate but something that can be influenced by the choices made each day. A simple morning practice, combined with supportive habits, can make a profound difference in keeping the mind sharp, active, and resilient even after the age of 60. Instead of waiting until problems appear, the viewer is encouraged to take action now, beginning with one small, consistent step each morning that sets the tone for better cognitive health. By treating brain care with the same importance as physical fitness or nutrition, it becomes possible to maintain independence, confidence, and clarity for years to come. The audience is urged to stay curious, to continue learning, and to prioritize daily rituals that protect memory, reminding them that it is never too late to start making positive changes. For those who want to dive deeper, the suggestion is made to explore more content on healthy aging, with an invitation to subscribe, share the video with others who may benefit, and take the first step towards safeguarding their memory today.